Hello, hello, Aishwarya, Sahana. Am I audible? Hello. Hello, am I audible, Aishwarya? Hello.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, fine, fine. Sana. Hello. 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 Hey, Priti. ಒಳಗಡೆ ಊರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. Hello. Hello. Hello, somebody respond me. Am I audible? Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is again one more PPT based on the on chapter 5. That is mainly we'll discuss the BI component framework. See, again, it is only 3 layers. First layer is the business layer, the middle layer is the administrative layers, and the middle one is the implementation layer. And in the business layer, we have the go through the business requirements and business values and program management and development. Briefly, I will explain once again this. And the middle one is the BI administration. That is BI architecture, data resource administration, business applications, BI and DW operations. And middle one is that is data warehousing. That is what the implementation. Okay. This is again the same diagram as you seen in the previous class, that which one is a circle, and including the first layer is the business layer, middle one is the administration layer, the third one that is the implementation layer. Okay. Briefly, we will discuss this one business layer. See here in a business layer, first we will see the business requirements and business values and program management, and the last component of the business layer is development. Okay, each one we will discuss about what exactly business requirements. See here, mainly hello, who is making noise? Okay, in business layer, mainly we are considering the business drivers, business goals, and business strategies. These are the some important things we will go. See, what is the business drivers? Here we have to considering the changing workforce, how to change the workforce, how to adapt the changing workforce, changing labor laws, changing economy, changing technologies. All these considering defining in the business drivers. Business goals means we are implementing these business drivers. That's all. See, in business strategies, mainly these strategies are taken by the higher authorities of the organizations. So, shepherding, outsourcing, global delivery models, partnerships, customer retention programs, employee retention programs, competitive pricing, etc. These are the very important decision taken by the higher authorities, executives in a administration, mainly. And the second component of business layer is business values. Here the 2-3 points are important in business layer, and that too in business values. That is return on investment, return on assets, total cost of ownership, total value of ownership. See, I will give the example of return on investment. Say for example, you have a business. In a business, you are canvassing through the some social medias, or Facebook or Twitter, through which we are getting the 10% more income. That is what we can say return on investment. Return on asset means while to establish the business, you are investing some amount, 1 crore rupees or 5 crore rupees in terms of Indian values, if I am saying. And then every year you are getting the 1 crore rupees profit. I am explaining. You are investing 5 crore to establish the business and to start the business. And after establishing, you are getting the income 1 crore rupees in a year. So it takes the 5 years to get the your invested amount. That is you invested 5 crores. That is what the return on assets. Total cost of ownership means, say for example, I purchased one bike. The bike price maybe the 80,000 rupees. So then after 1 year, I want to sell my purchased bike. And total cost of ownership means 80,000 rupees, which I given while purchasing the bike, and also 1 year maintenance amount. Altogether is called total cost of ownership. And this is all about the business values. And program management. See, as the name is saying, management is very, very important. It is the component that ensures people, projects, and priorities work in a manner in which individual processes are compatible with each other. See, how to manage is very, very important. See, in organizations, so many sections, so many departments, so many employees are working. So healthy competition is very, very, very important. To maintain that, the program management is very, very important, so as to ensure seamless integration and smooth functioning of the entire program. So to run the business smoothly, the program management is very, very important. And the last component of the this business layer is development. The process of development consists of database. See, whatever the tools or technologies we need are taken care in the development section. See, if I need the database design, I need some tool to which retrieve the data, or I need a tool which profile the data, whatever. if we need to develop any technologies, the development section taken care. That is what. Okay, this is all about business layer. The second layer, which is the administration layer, is very, very important. See, in this layer, mainly we are considering database management system related concepts. Hello, am I audible? Somebody respond me. Hello. 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 Am I audible? Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Hello. Somebody respond me. Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Hello. 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 Who is making noise? Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Okay. Fine. This is the middle layer of the BI component framework, and this layer mainly concentrating on the database management. See here, the BI architecture, BI and DW. BI means business intelligence, DW means data warehouse, say operations, and the third one is business applications and the data resource administrations. See, in an administration layer, again we have the 4 components, that is BI architecture, BI and DW, business applications, data resource administration. Then the see here, how the BI architectures. These are again some more concept we are going. These are the related to the BI architecture. First, we will consider the data. See, data should follow design standards. You know that in a database management systems, how we are designing the database. See, first we have to thoroughly understand what is the data, what is information, what is the database, what is the data model. So then what is normalization? All together we are considering so many things. ER model. Then after that normalization. Then after that we are using the SQL. We are designing the database. See, main thing is we have to store the data, correct data, and get the correct information from the database. So for that we have to data should follow the standard design, must have a logically opt data model. See, logically there should be the relation between the data. Metadata data should be high standard. About the metadata I will explain. Data about data with an example I will explain. And this is all about the data should be some standard design and logically correct and should be high metadata standard. This is a BI architecture. And the second part is integration. What exactly integration? Performed. Integration means performed according to business semantics and rules. It should be take the data from all the resources and give the some perfect and accurate information. We can get correct information if it is a correct integration. During integration, certain processing standards have to be followed. We have to follow while integrating the data, and the data must be consistent. That is the important of the integration. Consistent means that if the data is one place, the same data should be in other place. If we update the data, it should update wherever it is. So that is what the integration purpose. And information, see, mainly the information should be correct, because based on the information we need to take the decisions. So information derived from data that has been integrated should be usable. Information should be usable, findable, and as per the requirements. This is very, very important. Data, integration, and information are the 3 important concept of the BI architecture. And the next one is the technologies. technology used for deriving information must be accessible. See, the information should be accessible. We can access using the technology. Also, it should have a good user interfaces. We have a good user interfaces technologies, and technology should supports analysis, decision support, data, and storage management. So in BI architecture, technology is also very, very important, because using the data we can access, and easily we can access, and it should be usable and decision making, and it can store the data in a technology or in a database. And organizations consist of different roles and responsibilities. Organizations have a different roles and responsibilities, obviously, like management. Management have their own rules and roles and responsibilities. Say, for example, mainly in management, they are taking the the high decisions. And development department is taken care of all the development support and uses. Usage have its own roles and responsibilities. This is a first component of the third middle layer, that is the administration layer. The next one is BI and DW operations. See, this business intelligence and data warehousing operations. See, data warehouse administration requires the usage of various tools to monitor the performance and usage of the warehouse. See, we are using the different tools to monitor the performance and usage of the warehouse. Warehouse means which stores the entire data. Means because data comes from the different sources, and using the ETL tool, that is extract, transform, and loading tool, that is ETL tool. Using this, we can storing in a data warehouse. It is a huge collection of data. That is what a data warehouse. And performance of this data warehouse should be very correct using the some different tools. See, and perform administrative tasks on it. Some of these tools would be, see, the tools must be take the backups and restore, and these tools must be very secure. Configuration management should be correct. Database management should be correct. Data resource administration involves data governance and metadata management. See, I am telling you that the data governance means it should be the correct data. It should follow the data model. And metadata management, so many management which has the metadata. Data about data is called metadata. I will explain thoroughly about this one. See, data governance is a technique for controlling the data quality. The data should be quality data, and which is used to assess, improve, manage, and maintain information. So that is what we can say data governance. You may get the questions, define data governance. It controls the data quality, and which is used to assess, improve, manage, and maintain information is called as data governance. It helps to define standards that are required to maintain data quality. Obviously, in data governance, we are defining the standard definitions. The distribution of roles for governance of data is as follows. See, data ownership, data stewardship, data custodianship. So many. See here, the distribution of roles for governance. To make this quality data, we have the data ownership, data stewardship, data custodianship. Means that the simple examples, say for example, student ID is a one data. The ID should be unique. The ID length should be some size. See, all this is we are defining. And it is alphanumeric, whatever. We are defining data about data. Student ID is a data, and data about data is simple example is it should be unique, and it is a primary key, and it is a alphanumeric, and its size is 10, 20, whatever. Or it's a data type is varchar, whatever. This is all about the state data ownership, data stewardship, data custodianships. Okay, and metadata can be divided into 4 groups. See, we have the different metadata. Business metadata. What exactly business metadata? I will explain with one diagram. I will explain now only. Process metadata, technical metadata, application metadata. See, I have one diagram which explains these are all the data they see. Metadata management means business metadata means it defines a data definition, matrix definition, subject models, data models, business rules, data owners, data stewards, etc. These are the here the data about data. Business metadata means these are the data definitions, metrics, definitions, subject models, data models, business rules, data ownership, standardships, sorry, stewardships, etc. These are the again data about data of business metadata. Process metadata means source maps or target maps, transformation rules. What are the transformation rules? Data cleansing rules, extract, audit, trial, transform, audit, trial, how to do the load, audit, trial, how to do that when data quality audit. This is all related to the process metadata. And technical metadata means data locations where we have to store the data, data formats, how should be the format of the data, technical names, data size, data types, indexing, data structure. This is all related to the technical metadata. Then application metadata, data access history, when we access the data, who is accessing, who accessed the data, frequency of access, how we can access the data. So when accessed, how accessed, etc. all related to the application metadata. So next last one is this is whatever we discussed. This is all the middle layer administration layers, the implementation layer. See this diagram. The diagram is you see the diagram? Obviously. Hello. Hello. Somebody respond. Okay, fine. Based on this diagram, I will explain. You may get the 5 marks question. Explain implementation layer of the BI component framework only, or explain the administration layer. Then in which we have to explain all the BI architecture and whatever related to that layer, and also business layer. 5 marks, or you may get a 10 marks question in which we have to explain all the 3 layers. See here, this is the implementation layer or last layer of the BI component framework. See this diagram. See the one part is data warehousing, another part is information services, which displays on the top of the diagram. And bottom, see data sources. We have a different data sources, means database management systems. One is from the invoices data, another is for the purchase data, another is for processing data. So many data sources are there. Then we are getting all the data sources, and we have the tool that is acquisition, cleansing, and integrations. We have the tool. We can access and cleansing and integrate using the some tools. Then after that, we have to store the data. That is what data warehouse. See again, the top layer is data warehousing, which includes the data sources, data acquisition. Data warehousing includes the 3 parts, and information services is the last part. That is which the information which is usable, which is the last thing we need to analyze. Using this information, we can take the decision. That is what the very important. See. Data sources, again I am saying that it may be the process data, it may be the purchase data, it may be the invoice data, all the data, different data of the different department of the organizations. We can take it, access it, and transform it according to requirement, and load it into the data store. That is what data warehouse. From the data warehouse, we can use some technologies and get the information. That information is usable, that information is correct, that we can analyze that information, we can take the decision. This is what the last layer of the this is what the implementation is BI component framework, last layer, that is the middle central layer. Okay, again the same the concept we discussed here is the same diagram. Here again he is expounding. explaining in detail with some simple diagram. See here, different see here. One data source is in New York, and even in one organization in so many department, or the company has a different branches in different cities or different countries. See, data source in New York, data source in Washington. So New York, Washington, Philadelphia, Chicago, all the cities in USA. So one branch is in New York, another branch is Washington, also another branch in Philadelphia, Chicago, and all have their own data bases. So, and the owner or the technology is extracting all these branches data and transforming and loading in a data warehouse. And using the some queries, we can generate the reports and analyze. See here. Again, the same diagram explaining in detail. The previous diagram is some abstract and it is some thing is detailed. Understood this one? Implementation layer. Somebody respond me. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay, good. Fine. Again, see here in detail, whatever I explained, he is explaining through the some sentences. Information services here. How should be the information? It is not only the process of producing the information, rather it involves ensuring that the information produced is aligned with the business requirements and can be acted upon the produced value of for the companies. It should be the required information. So this information is delivered in the form of KPI, reports, charts, dashboards, or scorecards, etc., or in the form of analytics. This second point, the last unit, that is last unit of your subject. There we will learn all these points, how to generate the reports, and what is the chart, what is the dashboards and scorecards and KPI. See, these are very important. You may get the 5 marks or 10 marks questions about this. Information is delivered in the form of KPI. How the KPI form, how the report should be, how the charts, how the dashboards, how the scorecards. Mainly it helps to analyze. In the last chapter and last unit of this subject, we will learn thoroughly this one. The mainly 5th unit is based on this one, this concept. And it is a very easy. Means that how to display the information in the chart, or how should be the, or it should be the circle, or it should be the horizontally, vertically, or whatever. In different formats are there, which is very easy to understand the information exactly, and we can very easily analyze. Data mining is the practice used to increase the body of knowledge. So applied analytics is generally used to drive action and produce outcomes. See here, why I'm skipping this one, the whatever I explained, the implementation layer, in briefly he is explaining. Okay, see this diagram. See, now I completed the it taken the 3 classes because of the network problem. It takes the 3 classes. Just I finished the BI component framework. You know, I am recording this one. I will send this one. You go through this one. Mainly, this diagram is, you may get the question, who is BI for? See, who are the using BI? See this diagram. Through which we can explain. BI is for performance management. BI is for quality of customer experience. BI we need for process improvement. We need a BI for operational, means operational BI we need. For managers we need a BI. This diagram is explains who are using BI. Again, see, performance management, quality of customer experience, process improvement, operational BI for managers. Okay, in detail we will go one by one. Okay, here it is not saying, just simple. You can understand the who is BI for. Manager is mainly are using. See, simple is BI is using. We can right now we have the application. Even the customer can use the BI. Simple. All the manager, developers, all the workers, employees who are working in the organization, they can also use the the business intelligence for their work. Everybody, including the customer, also using the business intelligence. In briefly, I may say. Okay. You may get the questions. Types of the users. Types of BI users. 5 marks or 10 marks questions. It is very, very important. Today's class, you may get the questions. Explain the BI component framework. 10 marks questions. Or explain the business layer of BI component framework. 5 marks. Or explain the BI administrative layer. 5 marks questions. Explain the BI implementation layer, BI component framework implementation layer. 5 marks questions. Or the what are the types of BI users? Mainly we have the 2 types of users, casual users and power users. We can classify into 2 types of users. See, what are the who are the casual users and who are the power users of BI? See, executives, managers, customers, suppliers, field operations workers. See this one, casual users. See, these are the casual users. See why we are saying the casual users. Executive, managers, customers, suppliers, field or operation workers, they are using the technology. That's all. So that is why they are casual users. And see here, the who can develop the application, those are the power users. See, software developers are the, see, SAS, that is one SPSS. It is a software names and developers. Simple is the developers are the power users. Administrator also, he is also a power users because he can use authorities. He can add, modify, delete, updates these softwares. So that is why he is also power users. Simply who is using the softwares and they are the casual users. Examples are executives. Even the management, just simply they are using the technologies. They cannot develop the applications. Managers also use the technology. They cannot develop the application. Developer the power users. Users only the who is using the technologies for their work. They are the casual users. Mainly they are the casual users are the information consumers. Means that they can take the information and based on that they can take the decisions. And the power user, they can produce the information because once they develop the application through which we can produce the information. And the third one is the data access, tailor-made to suit the needs of their respective roles. Simple example, executives need some information to take the some decisions, higher decisions. It may be the strategic decisions, strategic planning, whatever. Means that if they want to increase or expand or launch a product, some other the higher decisions, they take the some their suitable information. And this information ad hoc or exploratory, individually they can produce the information. And tools related to the difference between casual. You may get the questions, who are the casual users? You may say that executive, manager, customer, supplier, field operations workers. And power users, you may say the developers, administrator, business, analytics and analytical models, IT professionals. You may say that. And the second difference is information consumers and information producers. And in terms of usage, this is what. And data access is individually based on their role, they can access, and these power user can produce the individual reports. And in terms of difference between the tools, the casual users are use the predefined reports or dashboards. Simply, they can use the predefined reports or dashboards. Again, dashboards, don't be confused. This is also softwares through which we are generating the reports. Advanced analytical and authoring tools. In see, power users are the knowledgeable person. They can produce the advanced, they can understand the advanced analytically. And sources, in terms of sources, difference between casual and power. Data warehouse, data marts. See, they are going through the data warehouse and data marts. We will discuss about the data marts. This is an individual part where we are storing the some individual department data. And data warehouse, it is a collection of the entire data. Data warehouse, data marts, these are also the power users, BI power users, also data warehouse and data marts, both internal and external sources. Okay. And the one more part, you may get the question, explain the BI application and how we can divide. See here, we have a different types of, two types of technologies or applications. One is a technology solutions application, another one is a business solutions applications. And again, in the technology solutions, we can classify DSS, that is a decision support systems. And second one is EIS, executive information systems, and OLAF. Already you know that even the DSS and EIS also we gone through the in the second unit, last concept. And managed query and reporting, data mining. These all applications belongs to technology related applications. And in thoroughly we will go on. You don't worry. Business solutions means as performance analysis. Purposely we are using the applications. Customer analysis, purposely we are using marketplace analysis, productivity analysis, sales channel analysis, behavioral analysis, supply chain analysis. These are all the related to business solutions applications. The previous applications are the technology solutions applications. These are the business solutions applications. BI roles and responsibility we will discuss in the next class. Any questions? Only 2 minutes left today's class. So why students are very less? Hello. What about others? Hello. Any question? Hello. Hello. Any question?
No, sir. No question.
No question. Others, sir?
No.
Hello.
No, sir.
No, sir. See, right now it is a theoretical subject, as I told early. But if you are good at English, you can understand very easily. BI is a tool, which is a software through which we can, if we are implementing this BI concept in our business, in every business, definitely we can make the profit. It helps a lot. And generally the big organizations are using these concepts. I hope you all are good at the English. So anyhow, I will send the YouTube also. You go through the YouTube, and if you have any questions, and Lot of students are not sending the assignments. Somebody thinking it is a punishment. No, nothing. You have a time, go through the textbook, which I forwarded in a WhatsApp group, and read it. Don't be, what I can say, being a finalist students, you should not be relaxed and don't think that any concession. I don't know. Concession means that your exams,